Hi everyone, wherever you're watching from. I am here again, your medical biller on learning with ease. In this video, I will be giving you an overview of payments under medical billing. Starting with understanding payments, whereby the healthcare provider must have the knowledge of what to do. The medical biller must have the knowledge of what it entails technically. The second part will be electronic billing. There you will see terms like X12-27, X12-837, X12-997, X12-835. All this will be explained in the summary under electronic billing. So let's start with payment. In order to be clear on the payment of a medical billing claim, the healthcare provider or medical biller must have complete knowledge of different insurance plans. That insurance companies are offering and the laws and regulations that preside over them. Large insurance companies can have up to 15 different plans contracted with one provider. When providers agree to accept an insurance company's plan, the contractual agreement include many details, including fee schedules, which dictate what the insurance company will pay the provider for covered procedures, and other rules such as timely filing guidelines. Providers typically charge more for services than what has been negotiated by the physician and the insurance company. So, the expected payment from the insurance company for services is reduced. The amount that is paid by the insurance is known as an allowed amount. For example, although a psychiatrist may charge $70 for a medication management session, the insurance may only allow $40. And so, a $20 reduction known as provider write-off or contractual adjustment will be assessed after payment has been made. A provider will typically receive an explanation of benefits, which is EOB, or electronic remittance advice, which is ERA for short, along with the payment from the insurance company that outlines these transactions. The insurance payment is further reduced if the patient has a co-pay, deductible, or a co-insurance. If the patient in the previous example had a $4 co-pay, the physician will be paid $44 by the insurance company. Or, for example, if the copay is $5, the physician will be paid $45 by the insurance company. The physician is then responsible for collecting the out of pocket expense from the patient. If the patient had a $500 deductible, the contracted amount of $50 will not be paid by the insurance company. Instead, this amount will be the patient's responsibility to pay, and subsequent charges would also be the patient's responsibility until his or her expenses totaled 500. At that point, the deductible is met and the insurance would issue payment for future services. A co-insurance is a percentage of the allowed amount that the patient must pay. It is most often applied to surgical and/or diagnostic procedures. Using the above example, a co-insurance of 20% will have the patient owing $10 and the insurance company owing $40. Steps have been taken in recent years to make the billing process clearer for patients. The Healthcare Financial Management Association, which is HFMA, unveiled a patient-friendly billing project to help healthcare providers create more informative and simpler bills for patients. Additionally, as the consumer driven health movement gains momentum, payers and providers are exploring new ways to integrate patients into the billing process in a clearer and more straightforward manner. Thank you, viewers. We've come to the end of the summary on payments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We will now proceed to the second part, which is electronic billing. So, are we ready? Most billing claims for services via electronic means is currently in practice. Prior to actually performing service and billing a patient, the care provider may use software to check the eligibility of the patient for the intended services with the patient's insurance company. This process uses the same standards and technologies as an electronic claims transmission with small changes to the transmission format. This format is known specifically as XREF-2070, which means Healthcare Eligibility and Benefit Inquiry Transaction. A response to an eligibility request is returned by the payer through a direct electronic connection or commonly through the website. This is called an XREF-271, which means Healthcare Eligibility and Benefit Response Transaction. Note, the differences are 270 is a benefit inquiry transaction, while 271 is a benefit response transaction. Most practice management software will automate this transmission whilst hiding the process from the user. The first transaction for a claim for services is known technically as XREF-837. This contains a large amount of data regarding the provider interaction, as well as reference information about the practice and the patient. Following that submission, the payer will respond with an XREF stroke dash 997, XREF dash XREF dash 997, simply acknowledging that the claim submission was received and that it was accepted for further processing. When the claims are actually adjudicated by the payer will ultimately respond with a XREF-835 transaction, which will show the line items of the claim that will be paid or denied. If paid, the amount, and if denied, the reason will be given. Viewers, that is the end of electronic billing. In summary, payments needs to be understood. Payments can be processed in two different ways. What is current is to use the electronic billing system, and both the healthcare provider and the medical biller must have knowledge of the payments, how, where it begins, how it will be conducted, and the revenue cycle in total. So we have come to the end of today's video. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. See you in our next topic. Bye for now. Stay tuned, stay connected to this page. Bye.